Welcome to T10 Info TV SK channel. My name is Sayed and here I am with the updated world news for Tuesday, May 16, 2023. 25 Saudi female players participate in first softball match. The Saudi Baseball and Softball Federation organized the first softball match in Riyadh with the participation of 25 Saudi female players. Naif bin Mohammed bin Humaid, president of the federation, said that the match is the first of its kind for women in the kingdom. He said the federation aims to introduce the game, spread it, and widen its practice in a great manner. He said that the first practice session was held at Princess Noura University with the participation of 50 players, and in the final round 25 players were picked up and training at the university's stadium. We aim to raise the level of competition between female players and their sporting performance by conducting trainings during varying periods, and we welcome everyone. It is possible to join the federation's team for those who are from within and outside the university, he said, while appreciating the great cooperation extended by the Princess Noura University to the federation in terms of conducting training at the university stadium. Hajj 2023 residents without permit banned from entering Makkah starting Monday. The General Director of Public Security has announced that residents who don't have entry permits will be returned back from the security control point on road leading to the holy capital from Monday. This comes in implementation from the instruction for organizing Hajj, which require residents wishing to enter the holy capital to obtain a permit from the competent authorities, said the Public Security. The instruction regulating Hajj stipulate turning back vehicle and expatriate residents to where they came from, except in case of those who work in the holy sites and have entry permits issued by the competent authority, those who hold a resident identity card issued in the holy capital, or an Umrah or Hajj permit. Meanwhile, the General Directorate of Passport has started receiving applications for issuing entry permits to the holy capital electronically for domestic workers and non-Saudi family members who working residing in establishment based in the holy capital, seasonal work visa holders and contractor with those establishments registered in the AJI system for the Hajj season 2023. Philippine delegation visit Kuwait to seek clarification over visa suspension. A Philippine delegation will travel to Kuwait on Monday, the Department of Foreign Affairs said, as Manila seeks to tackle labor concern and clarification over the Gulf state suspension of a new visa for Filipinos. The Philippines has been preparing for talks with the Kuwaiti government since earlier this year, following the gruesome murder of domestic worker Julevi Ranara that sparked nationwide call for a review of bilateral labor agreements and prompted Manila to suspend in February the deployment of first-time workers to Kuwait. Last week, Kuwait suspended the issuance of new entry visa of Philippine nationals, a measure that overlaps the Philippine ban but also applies to other types of visitors. We are asking for an explanation whether tourists and ordinary workers are covered by the suspension. They need to explain it, DFA Under Secretary for Migrant Workers Eduardo De Vega said in a televised briefing on Monday. De Vega said the Philippines did not violate the labor agreement in response to report coming out of Kuwait's suggestion otherwise. With some 290,000 Filipinos working in Kuwait, Philippine authorities will also seek to clarify how the visa suspension may affect overseas Filipino workers already working in the country once their employment contract expire. The reason behind the suspension remains unclear, but De Vega suggested it may be related to shelters provided by the Philippine embassy for distressed Filipino workers, which are mandated under Philippine law to guarantee overseas protection for its nationals. There may be some misunderstanding with Kuwaiti authorities over the facility, which the delegation will address during the trip this week, De Vega said. Thousands marched in London to mark 75 years of Nakba. Over 10,000 people marched in London on Saturday to commemorate the 75th anniversary of the Nakba, which saw the expulsion of nearly 800,000 Palestinians from their homeland after the State of Israel was established in 1948. Crowds gathered at the BBC headquarters in Portland Place and marched to Downing Street, where the office and residence of the British Prime Minister is located. The event was organized by several pro-Palestinian organizations across the UK. Top Chinese envoy heads to Ukraine, Russia in Europe peace tour. A top Chinese envoy is beginning a tour of Europe that will take him first to Ukraine and lastly to Russia in a trip Beijing says is aimed at discussing a political settlement to the Ukrainian crisis. Liu Hui, China's special representative for Eurasian affairs since 2019 and a former ambassador to Russia, will also visit Poland, France and Germany on the multi-day trip the foreign minister announced last week for in-depth communication with the different parties for a political settlement of the Ukraine crisis. Hundreds of supporters of Pakistan's ruling alliance are holding sit-in protest outside Pakistan's Supreme Court to protest against undue favors shown by the judiciary towards former Prime Minister Imran Khan in recent days. Monday protest was mainly led by the JUIF party, one of the 13 members of Pakistan's ruling coalition, the Pakistan Democratic Movement. Qatar and Bahrain to resume direct flights from May 25. Bahrain and Qatar will resume direct flights between the two countries as of May 25, the Bahrain news agency reported on Tuesday. The decision is according with what was agreed upon between the concerned authorities in two brotherly countries. The resumption of flights between Bahrain and Qatar comes within the framework of the brotherly relation between the two brotherly countries and peoples, and in a manner that achieves their common aspirations. Saudi Arabia stops issuing taxi license in Makkah. The Ministry of Transport and Logistics Service in Saudi Arabia, Saleh bin Nasser Al Jasser, has issued a decision to stop receiving application for issuing license and adding cars in the public taxi activity in the holy city of Makkah, as per local media reported. The decision excludes applications that were registered before the issuance of ministry decision on May 12. According to the decision, the application procedure and the requirement are completed by the establishments within a period of 3 months from the date of submission of the application, as per Arabic Daily Okaz reported. Iran and Egypt to restore ties reopen embassies soon. An Iranian lawmaker said negotiations between Iran and Egypt are going on in Iraq, and the two countries' relation will be restored in the near future. Fada Hosseini Maliki, a member of the Iranian Parliament National Security and Foreign Policy Committee, made the remark in an interview with the semi-official Tasnim news agency, which was published on Sunday. The Iranian and Egyptian embassies in the two countries will be reopened in the next step, and a meeting will be arranged between Iranian President Ibrahim Raisi and Egyptian President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi. After that, he added, Pakistan government slashes petroleum product price by up to Rs 30 per litre. According to GeoTV, the Pakistan Democratic Movement-led federal government Monday announced decreasing the price of petrol by Rs 12 per litre to Rs 270 per litre after a fall in the international oil rate. The rates will come into effect at 12 am tonight and remain in place for the next fortnight, Minister for Finance and Revenue Senator Ishaq Dar said during television address. The rates of petroleum product have been slashed by up to Rs 30 per litre as the government tries to give relief to the masses during every fortnightly review, as per the ministry said. That's all in today's headlines. Thanks for watching. If you want to receive more important headlines around the world, keep watching T10 Info TV SK channel by subscribing and hit the bell icon to receive notification.